Hello, my name is Caleb Turner. This is my milestone one review for the game systems integration. I'm going to open the build. Okay, here's milestone one. This is my low. Start it up. Okay, level obtaining the morph ball. User story as the player. I want a level where I retrieve the morph ball pickup. In doing so, I want to be challenged in combat to get the pickup and be able to use it in a meaningful way. A completion criteria one: guide the player to the lower part of the level using a pinch point, um, showing a save point on the other side of the wall, just out of the player's reach. Let's go back. Okay, that I'll go ahead and show. So you walk over here and just out of the player's reach, there it is. Back. Okay. Completion criteria two: the player can drop down and enter the combat room. Okay. Jump down here. I'll place some enemies here to. There we go. Here's the first checkpoint, and this next room is the combat room right here. Before I go in, let me read the next completion criteria. Number three: once inside the room, the player will fight their way to the morph ball, and then like the player can reach the save station after collecting the morph ball. Okay, here we go. So when I go in, let's go to this one. For this one, uh, I'm, I'm going to introduce my player trap mechanic. User story as the enemy. I want to trap the player using a block that will appear, stopping the player from a backtracking, changing the gameplay scenario from exploring to combat, catching the player off guard. A completion criteria one: after the player reaches the room, they are locked inside and combat event is triggered. So that's the only completion criteria for that one. I'm going to show you that right now. So this is a decoy, and then they all start attacking me. Have to fight my way out. And the player can pick up the morph ball from right here. Okay, let's see. The player can reach the save station after collecting the morph ball. Let's go ahead and go down there. One more trigger first. This can only be opened with the morph ball. Okay, so now I'm at another checkpoint. Let's stop right here. Number 5, the player will lose if they die, giving them an option to retry from the last checkpoint reached. So this is the last checkpoint reached. Go up here. Let myself die real quick. Show the lose condition. Retry. And I'm back here again. I'm going to skip through this. Try to run away from him, see if I can get it. Using the ground as cover. There's another bomb door. Open that up with the morph ball. That's the only way to do it. Now, number 6. The player will win if they reach the other side of the tunnel on the top side. So, the only way to do it is go underneath using the morph ball that you just picked up. Last checkpoint and win condition. Mission complete. All right, thank you for watching. This has been my Milestone 1 review.
Hello, this is Zachary Walker. I'm here to show you what I've been working on during this sprint. So my level was in reference to hacking. So we'll pull that up first, read both of them, hacking and then the level itself. So as the player avatar, I want to be able to interact with the terminal. That will allow me to complete a challenge. Upon completing the challenge, I will be rewarded with the key to the next area. Design changed slightly in reference to this, but still stayed relatively the same idea. The player will be able to interact with the game object that will teleport the player avatar to the challenge area. When the player completes the challenge, the key to the next area spawns. Once the key is collected, the player will be teleported back in front of the terminal. The terminal will no longer allow for interaction once the player has completed the challenge. So we'll go ahead and get it pulled up here. Here's my level. Okay, so to get started, I just have this quick jump. Each of the jumps do tend to just get a little progressively larger or more complicated. So this one, we have this guy here. Move through that. Alright, so we'll move all the way over here just so you can see all the elements of the level. So you need to find a terminal. Alright, so here's the terminal. It tells you to press E to interact. You go in, and you're transported into essentially inside the computer. You have to deal with this area, this challenge. There's a little bit of an extra space as well down here if the player were to fall all the way down, as well as if you come all the way down here, there's an additional health pickup down here, but then that's all spikes if they were to fall. Mostly this challenge is just about reaching the end of it. Here, interact again, it brings you back to the terminal. And now the block that was keeping you from getting through is now vanished and mission complete. Go back to the main menu. Um, One other thing I'll show really quick here. Exit here. There we go. All right. So we'll go back here. All right. So the level itself, or the intent behind the level itself, as should follow what you just saw here. As a player, I want a level that will introduce me to hacking. I want that key to completing the level to be tied into completing the hacking challenge. Um, Create a level with standard obstacles that will challenge the maximum jump of the player avatar. Place the goal to the level in an obvious to see area, but create a door that needs to be opened before the player can proceed. Guide the player to the highest point in the level where the hacking terminal will be located. Create the hacking challenge, which will provide the key that the player then needs to open that door and get through. So that sums up what occurred in my level. And thank you very much for your time.
Hello, this is Nicholas Rosignola, and this is my milestone 1. The level is Time is Key, and the user story is, as the player, I want a level where the player grabs 2 keys, in which the second one triggers a timer for me to hurry my way back to the beginning of the level to escape while also facing enemies. And over here we have the door to where you have to escape. So, completion criteria is 1, go down the one-way platforms at the beginning of the level, and we're doing that. Number 2, guide the player to the combat room in the lower left room. And we gotta fight these enemies. Oh. And he's making me go away from it. So we gotta kill these enemies. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I got the key. Alright. So that was number 3. Grab the key while battling the enemies. 4, the player makes their way to the right where there are stairs and one-way platforms. Alright, so let's go up here. Number 5, the player makes their way up the one-way platforms. So we got some enemies right here. Gotta escape them. Oh boy. And then number 6, the player makes their way to the left where a wall enemy hides. And let's see the wall enemy. 7, the player must time their jump to the one-way platform on the wall and must quickly jump from that platform to the left close to the top floor. We gotta make sure we don't get hit by him. Boom! 8. The player jumps across the right, unlocking the door. So let's make our way to the... Oh boy. First, let's kill this enemy right here. There we go. Alright, make our way to the door right here. The player must make their way in reverse through the level. And 11, the player needs to unlock the door at the beginning of the level before time runs out. And we completed the level. The mechanic I used for this level is my timer. The user story is, as the timer, I want to be able to count down a set amount of time which can be applied to any pickup chosen. And I chose it for it to be the second key, the red key you see. And then the completion criteria is timer counts down, player dies when the timer runs out, the timer starts when grabbing the key pickup. So when we grab the key pickup, timer counts down. Now I already completed the level, so let's just wait for the timer to count down. And you get a game over.
Hello, Professor. My name is Seth Pena, and I'm going to be demonstrating what I've worked on with my level in Milestone 1. And as you can see here in Perforce, I'm using this specific build. I have to pause it and read a couple user stories. The first one, level winding pit. As the player, I want to make my way through the different pits in the level to reach the exit and battle the level boss. Completion criteria, the player will use platforming to ascend and descend through the level. And the second user story, the timed health drain mechanic. As the player, I want to navigate my way through the level using platforming and combat to fight enemies and survival, taking constant damage from the atmospheric hazard. Completion criteria. Player takes a tiny amount of continuous damage after a certain amount of time at the start of the level. Player is able to fight enemies to get health back on enemy death. Continuous damage stops as soon as the player reaches the boss fight. So, got my health already. And I'm here, good to go. After a certain amount of time, the hazard will pop. And there's the hazard. You see I take continuous damage there. So anyway, the third user story, wall enemy avatar, which you can kind of see popping up on the top of the screen. As a wall enemy avatar, I want to move along the walls of the environment in a pattern and block/damage the player on contact and fire projectiles at the player. Completion criteria. Create the ability for the wall avatar to damage on contact. Modify the enemy's pattern of movement to provide a challenge to the player, and make the ability for the wall avatar to shoot a projectile at the player. Demonstrate that. Got my health back. Damage me on contact. So let's see that there. Got my health back. Okay, this brings us to the fourth user story, jumping enemy avatar. As a jumping enemy avatar, I want to leap around the environment in a pattern and block/damage the player on contact. See the pattern he's got there? Damaged me. That's 10 health. Get my health back. He's got two patterns of movement in that one. Right. This brings us to the 5th user story, Boss Enemy Avatar. As a boss enemy avatar, I want to provide a difficult challenge for the player to get past with my own unique pattern of movement, and also I want to deal more damage than other enemies, and also block the player's access to the next level. Completion criteria. Create 2 patterns of movement for the boss enemy to alternate between. Place the boss enemy in a position to block the player's progress. Create the ability for the boss to damage the player on contact. Create the ability for the boss to fire projectiles at the player. And boss blocks the exit and must be killed to proceed. I'm taking damage from projectile. And contact damage. And he is dead. And there I got to my ship. Mission complete. That is it. Thank you for watching.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Robert Davis, and this is my game systems integration review video. Here we go. So here's my level right here, start RD. Okay, that's a little weird. I don't know why. It's a little dark in here, but that's not my problem. Okay. So find the burn weapon. Oh, crap. Alright, let's pause this. Alright, I'm gonna do my orders a little different here, just to make my video shorter. Okay, burn weapon pickup. The user story. As a player, I want to be able to collect a pickup that unlocks a new weapon. Okay. Technology. Alright, so I gotta shoot this thing. Boom. Take that. Okay. Alright, find the burn weapon. Let me get rid of this guy first. Okay, there's the pickup right there. Boop. And now we can access the burn weapon. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Alright, so it works. Okay, display the new burning weapon. Alright. So here it is right here. There's all the weapons look different. Find another enemy. Alright, there's another pickup right there. So there it is. It's burning. I'm not shooting. It just, you know, takes burn damage. Okay. Alright. Let's see how I can do this here. I'm just trying to make my video quick so I don't take up too much time. Alright, now, the level user story, the one I just previously did with the burn weapon pickup was a partial new introduced mechanic along with my puzzle integration, but I'm focusing on my level right now. Alright, level, burnable objects, obstacles, and puzzles. Okay, as a player, I would like to be able to experience a puzzle in the game that requires me to use a weapon to complete it. By destroying special marked objects with the burn weapon to complete the puzzle, I can progress further into the game. Okay. Alright, so here it is. These are marked. They should fit. It says burn the trees above here. I gotta hit this thing. And boom, you just hit it. Alright, so let's just say using any other weapon, you know, nothing happens. Nothing's happening. And use the burn weapon, boom. There you go. Alright. My computer is being laggy. Okay, guide the player to show them they can pick up a new weapon. I did that, and it said the burn weapon pickup at the beginning in the UI, the world space UI. The player can deal burn damage to enemies with a new weapon. I displayed that. Let me just do it again. I might restart my level. Well, actually, this level's kind of lengthy, so. Okay, so I shot it one time and it's being burned. And then, so really, like 2 hits can take him out. At least these enemies. Like that, yeah. Like it just burns them. 2 full burn stacks. Okay. Inform the player they must use the new weapon to complete the puzzle. I said burn the trees. I was just trying to be vague, you know, to make it feel like a game. Like burn the trees. What does that mean? You know, in the player's head. Once the player has completed the puzzle, they can progress to the next level. A loose condition will be if the player. I'm just gonna do these 4, 5, 6 all in one shot, because I'm gonna make it through to my level to the end. A loose condition will be if the player loses all their health and they fail the mission. A win condition would be once the player has completed the puzzle, they can progress to the last door into the next scene. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna save the death for the end. Just to be more efficient with time and then traverse this level. So, take that. Alright. Okay. Come on, you. Okay. I wonder, nope. I was trying to pick that up. Alright, this platform's a little tough to get onto. Ah! And big jump over here. But, oh, look at that. I didn't make it. There's a tree right there. Gotta burn it. Alright. I can't make it up here. That one's a tough one to get onto. Ah! Yeah. So that's why I'm doing this, because it's tough. Alright, double jump across here. Got range on it. Alright, burn the trees. Huh. Alright, well. I don't know if I'll be able to make this jump, guys. Oh no, I'm falling. What? A secret area. Ah! Alright. I had to kill that spawn machine because I would die and lose all this progress I made. Alright. And there's a tree right there after falling down this pit. Alright, let's take that one out. I just gotta burn through all these to finish my thing, so. I mean, maybe I should have used less, but using that many made the level more intricate. And I was able to do more placements and more enemy placements with it, so I'm just kind of going into checkpoint. Alright. I didn't make that. That was Caleb's mechanic. I just did it to save progress. Oh, this looks interesting. Is this anything like the previous setup? Huh. What do you know? A tree's down there. Thing I like exploring levels. I made this level fairly tough. I just know how to play the game. And, like, they just... yeah. The burn weapon is really nice. I think dealing with, like, a crowd of enemies, like, I can shoot and then... you know, of course, if the player would have double jumped in here and saw that thing, they would have knew there was something down there. Like, oh, there's like a foot step right there or something. Whoa. Getting tons of health here. Let's get it. Oh, it just barely fit the correct range. That was nice. Alright. Oh, come on, you. So this level didn't really need a boss since it has the burn obstacles in it. So I didn't really try to include one. Just a bunch of enemies here. You know, you're burning them. It's gonna take a while for me to get to that loose condition because I have a ton of health. Nice. Okay, so we see like it breaking off here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go, let's go up first. How about that? Okay. Oh man, this is tough. Wow, what a great level. Okay, that's it. Oh, almost fell. That was scary. Alright, double jump there, made it. Oh man. Yeah. Let's just keep going with what I got here. Okay. Alright. So almost done here. Alright. Oh, another burn weapon pickup. What do you know? Alright. Sweet. Alright, burn the trees. What? Oh, there's an enemy spawner here. Can't believe it. Alright. And, okay. Burn the trees. Alright, so this door is opening now. Wow. Mission complete. Alright. Let's get it. Alright, so I'm just going to return to the main menu now. That was to display the win condition. Now that I've did the puzzle, I hope I don't have to do it again. Okay, I'm going to have to do some crap here. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's open it again. Here's the timestamp again. So, I opened it from Perforce. Alright. Lose condition. I gained a lot of health recently, but I'm just gonna we put it a thing to lower our health here. I'm pressing a key and our health's going down just to show that, the player, when the player dies, you lose. Boom, failed. Alright. And now, let me just check this last user story, this last one that I have here. Burnable object puzzle integration mechanic. As a player, I want to experience a feature that will make me figure out a way to progress through a level besides using the doors, which can be in the form of a puzzle. Okay, that was form-like, puzzle form-like. And that was just, I set up the trees in tricky places, like to make the player want to explore the level more. I like those down drop, that first. I was about to switch to the burn weapon. I like that that down drop. I'll move towards it right now just to go in depth with this user story real quick. I'm trying to get. I'm already at 10 minutes. I don't want to, Oh no, I almost missed that one. Once you fall down that way, you can't get back up. Okay. Yeah, this level's kind of... Okay, burn the trees. Boom, boom. Let's just switch to the burn weapon one before I even get down there, because this is tough, man. Yeah, there's nothing over there. It's just a save point rest. Okay. Let me just complete this rest of this. Include more similar objects that require the burn weapon to pass, so the player understands there is a sequence. Okay, so that was the first tree that I hit. Alright, let's get this guy. Booyah. Alright, and then so, incoming, boom. Yeah, because once you start getting more health, it gets a little more tough to lose through enemy damage, which is nice. This level is pretty tough, so the user has more health, it helps them out. So here's this tree right here, So that's another one that I included. And I'm just gonna cut it at when I make it to that one in that little trench that I like, because I think it's pretty awesome. That's my favorite part of the level, really. But I also put like a fairly decent timer on that animation at the end. So even if the player like went down and destroyed the bottom tree first in front of the door, and then went upstairs to that top level at the end, and then destroyed that part, it, you know, like the animation is timed nicely to where they'll still be able to see it. So that's what I really like about it. So I like I like games that have those like hidden passageways. It's on me here. Gosh. Ah! All right. So so even if the player isn't like adept at doing these kinds of jump across the trench trash, if you don't, you fall down. You'd think that there's like a death sequence here, but it's really like well, I'd say like if they just go in here, they'll go here and then see this one, compared to somebody just like I don't know, because you can make this jump, but I'd hope that the player is like slightly more intuitive to drop down. And then there's a sign here that says burn the trees to let them know that there's a little more going on here. That's why I included that there, just to clear it up. And yeah, well, that's pretty much my level. The last completion criteria on that one that I included was after the player has completed the puzzle, reward them by allowing them to pass to the next level. That's similar to the win condition, so just kind of just cut it short and save time. All right, thank you. I'm getting close to 17 minutes here. Have a good day.
My name is Stacy Chambers, and this is my Milestone 1 review video. The first task that I completed is the inventory system, and it says, as the player, I want to be able to pick up collectibles and add them to my inventory. As you can see, the inventory is in my top right hand corner, and the burn weapons pickup is right in front of me, and right now I cannot shoot the burn weapon, but if I walk over the pickup and add it to my inventory, I can now shoot the burn weapon. This is also true for the morph ball pickup. Right now it is not in my inventory, so I cannot transform into the morph ball, but if I walk over the morph ball pickup and add it to my inventory, I can now transform into the morph ball. The first completion criteria for the inventory system says that when the player avatar walks over an item that can be added to their inventory, the object is removed from the level. So right now, with my inventory open in the right hand corner, if I walk over the burn pickup, it is removed from the level. The next completion criteria says that when the player avatar walks over an object that they can pick up, they will receive visual feedback that it has been added to their inventory if their inventory is open. So right now my inventory is open in the right hand corner, and if I walk over the burn pickup, it is removed. It is removed and added to my inventory. For my level, Story, Combat, and Hazard, it says, as a player, I want to reach a level that tests my combat skills and ability to find all the keys needed to escape hazards that cause me damage, as well as add objects to my inventory to be used later in the game. The first completion criteria says that in the first room of the level, the player will encounter enemy AI that can be defeated with any weapon in the player's arsenal. Next is, in the first room, the player will be introduced to collectible objects that can be added to their inventory. Next, in the first room, the player will be introduced to destructible objects. Different colored destructible objects can only be defeated by using a specific type of weapon in the player's arsenal. Destructible objects that can be destroyed using the standard blaster is blue, the player's missile will be brown, and the player's burn weapon will be red. The next room will have enemies that need to be defeated to test the player's combat skills. Next one is the next room will have more destructive objects to aid the player in mastering the mechanic and identifying the different colors of the objects. I think I did that backwards actually. Because next is the player will reach a tunnel as a way to progress. It's not that backwards because it's another destructible object, but here's the tunnel. The next completion criteria states that the player will have to defeat more enemies in order to find the boss. So as the level progresses, we get closer and closer to the boss. More destructible objects. More enemies that need to be defeated in order to find the boss. You guys are relentless. The next completion criteria states that the player, while fighting the boss enemy, will be trapped in a hazardous gas that causes them damage over time. Here, when the player defeats the boss will drop a green key. And the player will use the green key to unlock the final door, and the player wins when the green door is unlocked.